Start streaming. Go live. Alright. I think we're cooking with gas. We're gonna get this.
We're live on YouTube.
Awesome. Let me know about Facebook when you find out. And for the people who are there on Facebook, on YouTube, come on in, invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10, because we about to get the ball rolling. We about to dive on in. Same thing. Here we go. Let's get Instagram on and popping.
On and popping.
Alright. Boom. Here we go. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. Welcome, IG. What up, Facebook? What it do, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's your boy, the floating Yogi. And this is Midday Mind Right, brought to you by Yogi, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time, bringing the power of healing and evolution back to the individual hand. That's your uncle with the bum knees, your brother with the broke back, bringing in healthy habits to just facilitate a better state of well-being. Another one of the monthly sponsors this month is Lifeform. Lifeform has been blessing us, helping us with some of the funds to be able to provide these services, so we can get the equipment, we can actually pay the people to cut the stuff up and make it look all sexy and and some of the people who help me be me, help me do what I do. Daggone it, my guy Payoga, he's part of the crew. He's one of the moderators. If you want to be part of the Zoom room, you can hit him up and send him a, let me go, boom, he's one of the moderators. And you can hit him up and he'll send you the link, and you send him your email, you can slide on through, make it do what it do. And we can like actually talk back and forth in the Zoom room. Like there's no like 30-second delay. I didn't say it like 30 seconds ago, we're on a whole nother topic. What's good eating poetry, tree? Come on to the Zoom room, make it do what it do. Hit up Payoga, he gonna get you together. Another person who helps me do what I do, another person who's part of the crew is my dude, Brent LV. He'll get you together with all the YouTube channels, with the digital assets, with the SEO, with the websites. Questions, comments, want to work with them, just hit him up, slide through, he'll get you together. Alright, what else we got? Grand rising to you as well. Come on in the Zoom room. So we ain't talking like 30 minutes in the past, you feel me? Alright, what else is there? We about to invite some people. I ain't invite nobody. Now that I think about it, I'm about to throw the invites out. Make it hot and spicy. Come on through. I gotta let you know about another person, another dude who's part of the crew. We got Born to Fly, B2 Fly Fitness, where fitness is fashion, baby, and I'm letting you know mental health is wealth. You can check them out for different fitness classes, from boxing to the link. Hit up Payoga, he'll send you the link. And they also have the cleanup, the community cleanup that's coming up this weekend. This weekend. Check out the website to confirm. And it's the Brookland area. And it's always a good time. They always got some good food in the area. Somebody coming through to drop off some good food. I encourage it. It's always great community. Alright. This week we got a little bit of we got a little bit of a questionnaire with my dude Payoga. We was vibing earlier and I was like, these questions are too fire. These conversations need to be had for the people, because these are some of the questions that I'm getting. And I like how you phrased it. Miss you too. That's why you just come on in the Zoom room. We still it ain't in person, but it can be like, not 30 seconds in the past. Move forward.
E-Link Poetry, check your DMs.
There it is. He already got you hooked up. Just bleep bleep. That's where the link is. Alright. Payoga, talk to me. What was can you set the framework? Because it came from you.
All right.
Like, damn, this is beautiful.
Alright, so first I just asked about a year-long meditation practice or at least expectations. I like to work in year cycles, and we're coming up on a new year next month, almost. So I was like, hey, if you were to help me put together a year-long thing, what would you recommend? I left it nice and open. And you said 15 minutes of stillness, and then I started questioning the stillness, and then you added silence. So I'm gonna stop asking questions.
Nah, run it back. So I'll give some of the reasoning, some of the messaging. What's up, Wander and Flow? Hopefully, I'll see you again soon. I believe we're gonna make our way back that bit, but we be in the area. I'm excited. And come to the Zoom room. We could grow in there. My guy Payoga, he'll send you the link. We could vibe. We could chat, make it happen. And it's not like 30 seconds in the past. Yeah. Anyway, moving forward. Some of the reasons why I said what I said. So.
Yeah, why still and why silent?
So meditation is sustained focus. That's how I look at it. And a lot of times there's things that happen that'll break the focus. And I call them SIFs. A sensation we experience, a sensation we experience, image we see in our head, a feeling that comes up, or a thought telling us to do stuff. Those are the internal ones. We also have them external, where other things are probing at us. Like maybe it's a car driving by, maybe it's your 4 children. So taking some of these things into account, it's easy for you to sit down for 15 minutes, but then an uninterrupted 15 minutes is a little bit different, because then it's like more so talking about creating time and creating space to actually be uninterrupted. And now it's about doing a lot of off mat work to allow yourself the space to actually see how you respond in certain situations. Hey, what up, Peter? What's good, Peter? Chantel.
How's it happening? Treating everybody?
Good. So we
peace, love.
Yeah, this is great. We got some talkative folk today, so I feel like we really gonna have some interesting back and forth before we get into a short breath work and meditation. But so Tony was rocking. He was asking me some questions. Why do I think that? How would I help him on the next year? What would I recommend for him? Because he's been meditating for like 2 years. I was like, all right, one thing that we could do is find an uninterrupted. Because a lot of times the kids are with them, and that allows us, for me, myself, when Jumi's around, I can tell my focus isn't as intense because some of it is going towards her when it's supposed to be resting with the breath. So this allows me a little bit of that time to see, all right, when am I being kind of like flaky in my life and not consistent with my goal, like not moving intentionally with my goal in mind, and when am I just okay, which means like I'm coming up with excuses for myself. And I can see this different in the still meditation. So I mentioned to him like a still meditation, a silent meditation, no self-induced noise, because you're used to noise. So don't bring noise. Sit with the silence. It's like starting to find ways to create change within your normal day. Like he's gonna have to find stillness. What you got to do? I'll let you explain. What do you got to do to create space for yourself?
I was about to go, but when I even told you to go live, I was thinking cleaning your space is probably a really easy thing, and it's probably something most people do. Like whenever I'm doing anything, usually the first thing I do is I clean the space. If I'm cooking, I make sure that the stove and counters are clear. If I'm meditating, I make sure I sage and smudge and, make sure that my area is clear.
We call that Santosha. No, that's content. We call that cleanliness. It's one of the niyamas. That's one of the niyamas. We gotta be clean inside and out.
It's like so many yamas out there. And so, carving out 15 minutes of silence is going to be part of clearing that space or cleaning that space. It's going to be before wake up or after bed. or if my wife, or around my wife's work schedule, or around the kids' tech schedule, or it's that mental space time. Okay, so people call it space time. It's really easy to clean your space. Everybody cleans your space, but not everybody cleans their time. So this is just.
I like that. Not everybody cleans their time. Okay, tell me a little bit. How do you clean time? Because I
Be
like what you're
intentional
saying.
with it. The 15 minutes a day. Like when we met, I was doing 7 things at a time. It was during COVID, and I wanted to challenge my ADHD. So I used to clean, read, watch TV, watch the kids, do something. Like I used to try to do 7 things at a time, just for fun. And that is basically working in cluttered time, or working in chaos time, or working in entropy, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So this is the opposite of that. It's taking the space time and focusing on the time aspect of it, and being intentional to clear out the time from the other things that time could be, the other spaces that time could be in, even mentally. The mental space of that time needs to be intentional and needs to be inward, as opposed to any of those 7 things that I'd be doing otherwise.
At other times, yeah. Nah, I feel that. Go on, Peter. You had something. I feel like you was about to tap in.
Oh, I lost track. I was not listening too much, and the thought wave just kind of floated away.
It'll come back.
I got you.
Yeah, so I like how you were saying clean the time. Clean, let's make it synonymous for organize. Same concept, just a different way to perceive it, like organize time and clean the space. So we're more intentional with the time that we have. I know that this time before, you're saying the kids get up, and after and during my within my wife's schedule, and after the kids go to sleep are the times I have available. So I know to exclude it from my mind during the day, so I'm not thinking about it. But when that time gets near, it's like, all right, now it's time for me to be intentional with this. Let me not go hit a J before I meditate, or unless it's whatever you got.
But here's the kicker. The thing is, when you have a schedule like that, you are intentional with your time. Me, on the other hand, I don't have a schedule, I don't have a routine, therefore I am messy with my time. I do what I do when I'm in the mood. That's very messy with time. To be more intentional with time is to be more routine-like, and to be more intentional with, to be like, okay, I'm going to do this at this time for this amount of time, and that would be that. And you just keep scheduling what's most important in your life. Meditation should be higher up on that rank.
I support that. What's up, Chantel?
I think that there's a beautiful balance between prioritizing scheduling and intentionally spending your time. A lot of us as entrepreneurs, we design our own schedules, right? We have parameters by which we do follow. It's not necessarily a routine, but there are some parameters that kind of give you a layout. It's the in-between. What are we doing in between? So I totally resonate with the cleansing of the time right there, because I'm like, so for instance, yesterday, I taught a yoga class at like 8 a.m. It was over at 9, but there was a class coming in right after mine that started at 9:30. I could have stayed for the class and practiced, or I could have did my homework. It was one of the other, but the opportunity cost in that is, do I get more yoga in? Do I participate in this particular activity with this, for this hour, or do I add an extra hour to my study time? So just having the parameters, knowing what's there, knowing what is the potential of your day, encompassing it all, the potential of my day. I have potential to do it all, but I do prioritize it, and it might look like a schedule, but it's just a layout.
I resonate with that. You were saying something about it's not just one or the other. A lot of times it's the transition times is what I got gathered from what you said, and I support those. I support those thoughts. A lot gets lost in translation and transmission, and same with the knowing the parameters and knowing the potential of the day. And as we start to make decisions, we start to limit that potential, but more so not just limit. We hone in more so on the reality that we do want to manifest. So it's not really about focusing on what's lost, it's focusing on what's being gained. And a lot of that can be seen when you play around with the dualities. When some days you do a meditation in stillness, and some days you do a meditation in movement. However, I encourage having a set time, having an actual routine or schedule, because otherwise we'll just be led by our feelings and we'll never truly challenge ourselves, because it's going to be based on how you feel in that moment. Oh, I don't feel like it today, but I always do.
Duality is actually what's causing a lot of unbalance, really.
What up,
Because
Mike?
the human aspect is 4 types. We got the mind, the body, the emotional, and the spirit. We have to balance all 4, not 2.
I support those thoughts. However, in this 3D, 4D world, duality is highly present. There are extremes like very bright and very dark, very cold and very hot, and they're different ends
And
of
you
the
must
same.
balance these 2 aspects within 4 realms.
Yes.
The thing about is that
And it's not the issue is it's
when we
not
start to
still.
spend our time,
It's not still. It's 4 different aspects, 4 different dimensions we're balancing this. It's not going to be a stagnant,
but when we
it's
spend our
here.
time, we should be meditating on our mental, we should be meditating on our physical, we should be meditating on our emotional, and we should be meditating on our spirit. All differently, on different times, but balanced. Therefore, we have a balanced, meditated ritual.
I believe that could be a great way for some people.
can I add just a tiny bit there? Some of the things that you listed are characteristics of duality. They're characteristics of the divine. Emotionality is a part of the divine.
It's part of the human aspect. You can't be human.
Duality.
Let me clarify.
I like to hear this.
Let me clarify.
You can't have body without divine. You can't have emotions without divine. You can't have spirit without divine, and you can't. It's in everything.
Okay, so let me fine tune it a little bit. Duality is more so preceding humanity and human. It is not it's beyond just a human. Duality is
duality is what we use to balance within this 4 aspects of the human.
Duality is a concept. It doesn't exist. It's just a word. Duality is just a word, and it's a word to express 2 extremes of the same thing. Hot and cold, sweet and salty, sour and sweet, up and down.
Yes.
That's duality.
Yes.
Now we can male and female, solar and lunar. These are all aspects of the concept of duality. So we perceive the world dualistically because we have 2 eyes. We have 3 eyes, but most people are really focused on these 2. Most people's eyes closed, and even if it's slightly cracked, what are you perceiving through that 3rd eye? If it's slightly cracked, then these are blaring. You're more so perceiving from the white light, not the black light. So we perceive things dualistically, especially with the body. The body experiences things dualistically. We have blunt, we have sharp. We feel that in our body. So that's the concept of duality. When I was saying that, when you mentioned that we have to balance duality in these four realms, yes, it kind of is a play. And I was saying that it's not stagnant, it's not just set in its ways, because it's always going to be moving. We have to get used to the change. And a lot of times we get so fixated on our routine. I like to say do the same thing over and over, because everything else is changing. If you can control one thing, control that one thing and see.
That's
see
where I'm trying to
your
get with
effort-
us.
See where
I was trying to get
see where that effort
instead of
gets you.
controlling one thing or two things, we should be controlling four things.
I think we should be focusing on one. If we're focused on a whole bunch of different things, my energy is going to be spread out in so many different ways. I'm not going to be able
I don't
to
think
hold
that we should control anything, because you can't control anything. The only constant is change. Controlling things meaning you're basically not going to grow intuitively. You're not going to grow spiritually.
I disagree with that. We were talking about that in the mindset.
But I'm not going to control anything.
I disagree. I think that
it's being able to express yourself
Let's pump
differently.
the brakes. Let's pump the brakes real quick, and take it back. Control is important, because we're in a world now where people don't feel like they need to have control of things. We do need to have control of ourselves and of the things that we can control. So when we are speaking about control, we're not speaking about things that we're not able to control. I'm not able to control you. I'm not able to control other people, things. All I can do is control myself.
Control is our time.
Our choices, yeah.
We can control our choices. Hell yeah. That
Choices.
comes back to then seeing the actions we take.
But when I meant by we can't control, what I mean is you cannot put your emotions in a box. You cannot put your spirituality in a box. You cannot, and maybe that's just how I perceive the definition of it. That might be just how I perceive the definition of it. I just perceive the definition. That might be just my perception, I suppose. But I felt like, okay, so when you say control in those aspects, you have to think about the entire definition and what is being asked. Okay, control my physical, control my emotions, control my spirit, where it just, I don't know, I don't feel like it fits in that.
Okay. I gotta jump in here. This is hilarious, so I gotta say this. Focus on the black dot, the one thing, the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be added. I support those thoughts. We'll dive deeper into that in a minute. Keep vibing with me. You need to be in the Zoom room. Hit up Payoga so you can get the link and slide in this thing. So control. We don't control our emotions. We control our actions. So it's not about I'm not feeling this way, so I'm not going to do it. This is why I was mentioning we control our routine. So we set that routine and we follow through and we show up for however we can show up. And then we can accept faith, focus, and finish. I always say that. We can accept where we are so we can grow the next time, so it's not a failure, so we can see and learn a lesson from this loss. So it could turn into a blessing, right? All the metaphors and fun stuff, right? But we're not controlling our emotions. They flow freely. What we're doing is controlling our routines. Just because I don't feel like doing something, it is what it is. I got a large situation here, a whole family of 5 about to happen. So it's about making the decision, being able to say, all right, yeah, this is what it is. All right, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to grind it out. We can control what we can control. Yeah, come on now. All right. Whoo, we was getting good, Peter. You wanted to tap back in. I know you had a response. You was jumping in. And Mike, what up, the mind mogul? I thought you was gonna be hopping in the Zoom room. Alright. PC Chantel. Yeah. Alright, let's get a quick little breath work in. A quick little breath work and a little bit of a focus. A little bit of wrangling in the focus. Wrangling in the Welcome back, Yoga. If you can meet me in a seated position, tall spine, shoulders back, chest up, close the eyes, lower the gaze. Allow yourself to just take a moment. Allow yourself to settle in. And I always say this, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, even if it's in movement, there's still stillness somewhere. And I encourage you to find that where you are. Inside, deep below all the movement, where's the stillness? As I always say, note that path towards stillness. Note the sifts that try to pull us away. The sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts. Each time you experience one, say to yourself what you're experiencing. Mention to yourself what you're sensing, smelling, tasting, feeling, what you're seeing. What images outside of you sitting here, outside of the breath, the movement, the stillness. Notice the feelings. And lastly, notice the thoughts. And the separation between them. Allow yourself to settle. And from wherever you are, press down through the sits bones, reach tall through the crown of the head. And we'll take alternate nostril breathing. We'll bring the peace fingers to the forehead. The right thumb covers the right nostril. We'll exhale everything out. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Switch. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left for 4, 3, 4. Hold. Close both. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the right. 1, 4. Hold. Close both. Belly in. Chest out. Collarbones to chin. Out through the left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Close both. Collarbones to chin. (15, 16). Out through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Close both. Belly in. Chest up. Collarbones to chin. (15, 16). Out through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the right. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Close both. 1. Chest up. Out through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Close both. 1, 2. Chest up. Belly in. 16. Out through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the left. Feel the lungs. Out through the right. In through the right. These fingers to forehead. Out through the left. We're going to flow through this again. In through the left. Close the right nostril all the way up. Out through the right. Close the left nostril all the way out the right. In through the right. Out through the left. One more together. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. Release the hand down to the side. And notice the heart rate. Notice the journey of the body going back to stillness. To that resting, breathing rhythm. And notice yours. Let the eyelids lightly touch. Let the lips slightly touch. And anywhere where that tension leaves, allow that cool grace, that cool lightness and levity of the inhale to creep into those spaces. Even with the eyes closed, try looking up to the forehead and letting the breath follow. Smooth breath in. Warm breath out. You can begin to clean up the mind space to come back through any portals, any doors, gateways that you went through. To retrace the steps, the train of thought, backwards through each station. Through the breath work. The moment to settle. To when we first began. We'll bring the hands to prayer, and we'll close with 3 breaths. First one, in and out through the nose. Last 2, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe with me. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one through the nose. Out through the mouth. Thumbs to the forehead, take a bow. Yeah, alright. Dang on it. I'm with it. That's the feels right there. Alright, even from a little short one. Question for Tony. Dag on it. Ha, it's 2 Tonys. I gotta be specific. Welcome, Tony. Good vibing with you. I'm glad you was able to tap in. What's up, Martina? Tina? Hey. Question for you, Payoga Universe. Was I able to answer your questions?
Yeah. Of course.
What up, Nadia? I was able to, alright, good. I just wanted to make sure I was
Kinda like well, there's so many levels. Like onions and ogres.
I'm with it. Let's get the O's out the way.
Yeah. So 15 minutes of silence. I'm gonna work up to it, and I've learned in the last 2 to 3 years not to build my expectations about what I think it will be. Because, like, I can imagine silence for 15 minutes a day. I can imagine silence for 15 minutes. I've never done silence for 15 minutes. Have I ever been quiet for 15 minutes in my life?
If I wasn't sleeping.
But, exactly, like, oh my gosh. I'm that guy, you know? But, so I know what I can do, and I know that I have the choice of my actions and what I'm going to do, and so I'm going to build up to it. My goal is going to be consistent by my birthday. I got over half this month left, so I figure I can do, 5 minutes for the next week, 10 minutes for the next week after that, and then by then I'll just be on, I see the progress, I see the path, and I'm not gonna, my past self would have built expectations like, oh, this is gonna be, whether it's good or bad, my past self would have just been like, ready for the end, or like looking at the end, or working for the end. But this self now is more focused on the journey, and like I'm ready to do the 5. I'm looking forward to the 5 minutes. I'm looking forward to the 10 minutes, and when we get to 15, I'm gonna call you trifling, and we're gonna do that too.
I'm with it. I like it. I'm here for it. Yeah, those little things, man. We're gonna rap about it. We're gonna rap as the journey continues. Oh, I'm excited. 5 minutes of
Same here.
stillness.
Same here.
Another one for the silent, for the stillness. Did you notice moments when you like or like have to move or anything or create any movement?
Yeah, I usually have to do that. Like right before we started, I had a bug bite. I was so mad. Like, dog, like 2 inches above my ankle, I have like a 3-inch welt right now. I don't know if I'm allergic to this bug or something, but it's like one of those. But it's also because I rubbed it. I know when you rub it, it like mixes up the antihistamines, and then your skin is like I'm dying. So I'm gonna send all the antibodies to that one spot. But yeah, usually when I'm meditating, there's a stretch or there's a uh complete stillness is usually not a goal.
I encourage you to make it
Default
one.
stillness is.
I encourage you to make it one.
And I've always wondered about that. And I've wondered how come you have. I guess I wonder why that hasn't been a question in the past. Because I've always wondered, in meditation, if a fly lands on your forehead, should you move it? Or what do you do? Do you move it? Do you move flies when you meditate?
I ain't gonna fake. It depends. If it's a persistent jump, I'm swatting that thing. I'm swatting it. I'm not gonna lie. But if that jump just like come and do, and then don't do anything, or it don't even feel like it leave, because that has happened, I don't swat it. But if it like hit me and it hit me again, now it's like, now you just trying to fight. Like, you trying to die. Like, what's up? But other than that, I try to be still, and just.
And I've always wondered.
And I will say this: I've learned a little trick about the body, because sometimes I feel like the fly is still on me, and I would notice my thoughts saying like, "Open your eyes and see." I would notice my thoughts saying like, "Well, you didn't feel it move, so swat it." Them motherfuckers is light on their feet. I didn't feel it move because the joint was probably there and left in an instant. It was probably like, don't want to be here. But now I'm seeing my mind and how it's engaging itself into it. So it's allowing me to just be with the journey of meditation, because everyone is different, like you're saying. Like, everyone is different. And if I'm just patient and present with it, I can tell the messages that I need. I can tell, it'll show me and tell me like, this is what's going on. Like, I see that I'm focused on this. I have anticipation. I love the fact that you said you're excited about the 5 minute. Like, yeah, that in itself is a refinement of time and space.
Clean it up.
Yeah. So, I feel like Tony was about to jump on this jump. I feel like he had something. It was like the second time he was about to drop something. Come on, man.
What's up, Tony? How you doing?
Yeah, it's so interesting because I was reading about neutron stars this morning, and how that correlates with your nervous system. So it's interesting. You bring up the fly or the bee or any type of something, the itch always seems to happen somewhere when, and I'm not gonna lie, I've done both, where I've scratched it or I've swatted, and I've done one where I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna make this itch go away in my mind and think the itch away and meditate it away and just, focus on other things and realize that the itch wasn't really ever there. It's what's that? You know what I mean? It's a psychological thing. It's you telling yourself. It's a lot.
Your body, I feel this, and then I'm like, yeah, I do feel this.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with time too, because it be moments when I don't even think about the time. Like, I've done like hour meditation, and I was just zoned, like dead still, like I was asleep, and it wasn't because I set a timer. But then once I think about, I start becoming like, oh, what time? How long have I been here? That doesn't matter. Then now time seeped in. Now I'm starting to think about like, what do I have to do? What's next? Where am I going? Then I start thinking about time. Other than that, I can sit in meditation for a ridiculous amount of time. But And the more I come face to face with these situations where I realize the things that are causing me to panic and want to jump out of the meditation, that's when the practice starts. So when you have those challenging meditations, those are the impactful moments in meditation. Those are the times when you can really rewrite your nervous system and how you respond to things. When you can start breathing so the nervous system and body's calming down, so it's not flaring and shocking or trying to tense up. It's breathing, letting go, inhaling and letting go. Hey, what up? It is a. So yeah, I like that you brought that up with the nervous system and everything, because it's just like that fly touching was an electrical charge, and that's what we felt. And then we focus on the fact that we felt that charge because we haven't been feeling much of anything because we're not moving. We're so used to the feeling and sensations from moving, that stillness, that it numbs us. The movement numbs us. So sit with the stillness. You'll become more sensitive. Sensitivity is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. It's awareness. If you're not sensitive to things, you don't know what's going on. Literally. You can't feel it. Hey, receiving the good vibes, my dude. You should be in the Zoom room too. I'm trying to shoot tonight. Send me, let me know if you can. So, yeah, this was bars today, yo. This was bars. You gotta come back, Tony. You gotta come back next week, man. You gotta come back next week. We vibing. It's already locked in.
Today was fire from start to finish, yo.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
I'm about to get off social medias. I got a few more minutes for the Zoom room, but I'm about to get off social medias. Let me give them the send off. Thank you for vibing with us. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. Thank you. I am the Floating Yogi. This is brought to you by UE Midday Mind Right, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time, bringing the power of healing and evolution back to the individual's hands. The schedule, we got a bunch on the schedule, y'all. Monday night book club, Tuesday lead primary, Wednesday elevated yoga, bi-weekly, next Thursday restorative yoga, Monday through Friday you can catch me at Sun and Moon Yoga with that yoga life. Saturday is 10:30 float and flow. Sunday is elevated yoga. Yo, let's do it, y'all. Let's grow. And check out the social medias, yo. Check out all of them, girls. YouTube got some fun stuff. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods.